Welcome to Envista Experts on Demand, your unbiased, informative source for supply chain best practices and industry updates. Today, we are speaking to Tom Drivas, Vice President of Client Engagement and Design Build Services, on the topic of choosing between a design tender or design build project delivery model. Thanks for joining us today. What are the differences between design tender and design build?
Design build partners are generally solution agnostic, so they can choose from a variety of technologies and software across a broad spectrum of providers that best suit your business's growth and business goals. On the other hand, with design tender, you might be restricted on your choices on technology and software to a particular provider or product line. This restriction can potentially limit your operation and can create a situation where your distribution center is not fully optimized for labor efficiency. Oftentimes, this lack of choice can result in an operation that's not optimally suited or optimally configured for productivity, scalability, and efficiency.
So are there benefits to using one project delivery approach over the other?
In design tender projects, end users can find themselves not knowing who to hold responsible for lapses in project deliverables. Design build partners address this issue. With a design build partner, there's a single point of contact and a single point of responsibility. Partnerships with design build firms effectively address this issue. With design build, there's a single partner and a single point of contact. Having one point of responsibility throughout the project cycle helps to eliminate any guesswork as to who is responsible for what.
Which of these approaches can deliver the best overall solution?
Realizing the best solution for your business requires having access to the best available technologies. Design build partners are solution agnostic, so they can incorporate a wide variety of technologies and software from a broad spectrum of class-leading providers that best address your business's growth and design goals. On the other hand, employing design tender can often paint an end user into a corner by restricting the available technologies and software to a particular vendor or a particular product line. Oftentimes, this restriction in technologies and software can result in a distribution center that's not optimized for labor efficiency, productivity, and scalability.
What about support considerations before, during, and after project delivery?
As I mentioned earlier, in design tender, there tend to be very clearly defined roles for both the design and system implementation teams. And that might seem clean and logical on the surface, but ultimately, if there's a problem with project deliverable, who's responsible? Is it the design team that did the data analysis and provided the final design? Or is it the implementation team who provided the software, executed the system implementation, and system commissioning?
Are there any impacts on project costs?
Oftentimes there can be. When it comes to design tender, design consultants can often design outside of the projected budgets, and that often can occur because they're not aware of current pricing trends or fluctuations in raw material costs or a myriad of other potential variables. End users can find themselves in a precarious position when they find that the actual firm pricing has come back and has overshot the initial budgets provided by the design consultants. As the project designer and implementer, design build partners are responsible for pricing at every step of the project cycle. This effectively eliminates any discrepancies between budgetary pricing and firm pricing. Any responsibility for pricing errors and cost remediation falls squarely on the shoulders of the design build partner and not the end user.
What qualities should a company look for in a design build partner?
The best design build partners are those with teams that are dedicated to specific aspects of both the design and the project implementation phases. Well, first and foremost, a comprehensive skill set. The best design build partners have dedicated teams to every aspect of project design and project execution. Design build partners should have in-house resources that are competent at preliminary supply chain strategy, and that can include network design, facility design, process improvement, and operations. For the implementation phases, trustworthy design build partners will have dedicated teams that are very knowledgeable in both software and hardware. On the software front, having extensive experience in the implementation of warehouse management, order management, labor management, and warehouse control systems is a must. For hardware systems, extensive experience in applications engineering, project management, and systems commissioning across a wide variety of MHE technologies will give you the confidence that your system will be efficiently and successfully implemented. Taking steps to choose the right design build partner will ensure the most efficient implementation and the lowest cost for your next distribution center.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Invista Experts on Demand.